Captain Rena stood on the bridge of the human exploration ship Endeavour. The vast blackness of space stretched endlessly before her, dotted with stars that shone like tiny diamonds. She ran her hand over the control panel, feeling the hum of the ship beneath her. The crew around her moved with calm efficiency, each person focused on their task, but excitement was in the air. They were about to cross into the Forbidden Zone, a part of the galaxy no human or alien ship had ever explored safely. The Forbidden Zone was a place whispered about in every alien civilization. Legends described it as dangerous, full of invisible storms and strange energies that could destroy any ship instantly. Most species avoided it completely. But humans were different. Humans were curious, brave, and willing to risk the unknown. Rena believed that exploring the zone could change everything the galaxy thought about humanity. "Captain, sensors are detecting strange energy readings ahead," said Lieutenant Sara, the ship's science officer. Her eyes widened as she studied the holographic display. "I've never seen anything like this. It's not just radiation. It's alive, maybe." Rena leaned closer. "Alive? Explain, Sara." "The energy patterns move on their own," Sara said. "They react when the ship gets close. It's as if the zone can sense us. I think it is more than just empty space. It might have its own intelligence." Rena smiled slightly. This was exactly why she had come. Humans had a talent for understanding things no one else could. "Keep monitoring. We move slowly. No sudden jumps. We need to understand it, not fight it." As the Endeavour entered the edge of the Forbidden Zone, the ship's lights flickered, and a strange vibration ran through the hull. Crew members paused, unsure of what to do. The zone seemed to respond to their presence. Rena felt a shiver of excitement. She had been trained for emergencies, but she had never felt anything like this. The stars outside shifted strangely, like reflections in water. Signals from distant systems became distorted. Communications with home were weak, almost impossible. For the first time, humans truly felt alone. But Rena did not fear. Humans had always faced challenges and dangers. They survived where others failed. "Captain," said Navigator Tillo, "we are approaching the first set of ruins. Sensors are showing structures, but I can't identify them. They are too old. Possibly ancient. Nothing in the galactic records matches them." Rena's eyes widened. "Ancient ruins. Here. Show me." On the main display, faint outlines of structures appeared. They were enormous, carved from stone-like material that shimmered with the zone's energy. Towers, walls, and strange geometric shapes stretched across a large area. The design was unlike anything humans had seen, and certainly unlike anything recorded by alien civilizations. Sara studied the ruins carefully. The patterns on these walls, they almost look like they are alive. "The energy here reacts to our instruments. It's as if it is watching us." Rena nodded. "Then we must be careful. We are not intruders. We are visitors. Let's try to learn, not destroy." The crew approached the ruins with careful steps. The ship's scanners sent beams of light that bounced off the strange structures, revealing more of their forms. Symbols etched into the walls glowed faintly. Some of the symbols looked like letters, others like lines of code, or patterns similar to DNA strands. It was impossible to understand fully, but the human mind began to notice connections where no one else had. "Captain," said Engineer Laura, "the ship is responding differently here. Systems are behaving better than expected. It's like the zone itself is helping us." Rena raised an eyebrow. "Helping us? Or testing us? Either way, humans have faced worse. We will continue." Suddenly, a pulse of energy ran through the ship. Lights flickered, and the bridge filled with a soft hum. Crew members looked around, alarmed but not frightened. The energy was strong, but not harmful. It seemed curious, almost intelligent. Rena stood tall. This is what we came for. First contact with something greater than ourselves. We will document everything, and we will survive. Humanity does not run from the unknown. We understand it, we adapt, and we grow stronger. The crew nodded. Their confidence rose as they realized they were not just explorers, they were pioneers. No alien had dared enter this part of the galaxy, but humans were here. They were alive. They were learning. And the Forbidden Zone had never met anyone like them before. As the Endeavor moved deeper into the mysterious region, Rena felt a surge of pride and determination. The galaxy might not believe humans could survive here, but she knew the truth. Humans were capable of extraordinary things, and this was only the beginning. The stars seemed to shimmer differently now, as if the universe itself was taking notice of a human ship in the Forbidden Zone. Far from the human ship, in a distant star system, the Council of Elders of the Zanari civilization gathered in their grand chamber. Massive windows showed the swirling colors of their nebula home. The council members were tall and slender, with skin that shimmered faintly like the stars. Their voices echoed softly in the hall as they spoke. Reports say a human ship has entered the Forbidden Zone, said Elder Korth, his voice serious. Is this real, or another story? No one can confirm, replied Elder Vera. Sensors cannot penetrate the zone fully. Some say it is impossible for any species to survive there. Others say the humans are clever enough to fool our instruments. We must send scouts. The elders murmured among themselves. Humans were unpredictable. They had only recently begun to explore beyond their home systems, yet they had already survived encounters that most civilizations avoided. Some council members feared the humans. Others were curious. Meanwhile, aboard the human ship Endeavor, Captain Rena watched the readings on the main screen. Strange signals were approaching. They did not match any known alien technology. Sarah, analyze these signals. Are they communication attempts or something else? Sarah tapped rapidly on her console. They are definitely intelligent, Captain. But the language is unlike anything we have seen. It is not sound, not light, not energy alone. It seems to be a combination. Almost like a pattern of thoughts. The zone itself may be sending them. Rena nodded. Keep recording everything. We will learn what we can. Humans have always solved puzzles like this. The crew felt a mixture of excitement and tension. Every member knew that they were being watched. The idea that aliens could see them but remain hidden was strange and thrilling. Yet humans were not afraid. Humans had faced uncertainty for centuries, adapting to every challenge, exploring worlds that others would not dare to enter. At that moment, small alien drones appeared near the Endeavor. They shimmered and moved with incredible speed. The human crew watched as the drones circled the ship, scanning, but never attacking. Rena's hand hovered over the communication console. Open a comm transmission, she said. We are not a threat. We come in peace and seek knowledge. The signal left the ship but returned only as faint, shifting patterns in the energy readings. Sarah studied them closely. It is not language we know. It is emotion, intention, thought. The zone is trying to communicate through the drones. It is testing us. Rena's eyes narrowed in thought. Then we respond as humans always have. With courage and understanding. Humans do not attack first. We observe, we learn, and we act with reason. Far away, the Zanari Council observed the human ship through distant telescopes. The elders debated fiercely. It may be a trick of the zone, said Elder Korth. Humans could be destroyed in moments, and no one would know. Perhaps they do not exist at all. But what if they do, countered Elder Vera. A human surviving in the Forbidden Zone would change everything. We must understand them. We cannot ignore this. Back on the Endeavour, Rena led her crew deeper into the zone. The energy fields shifted around the ship, almost like they were moving to guide the humans. The sensors showed structures buried beneath the surface, glowing faintly. Sarah smiled. It is like the zone itself knows humans are here. It reacts differently than with any other species. Engineer Laura worked on the hull. It is strange. The ship's systems are stabilizing faster than expected. The energy here interacts with our technology in ways I cannot explain. Humans seem compatible with this place. Rena felt pride swell in her chest. Humans were unique. Their creativity, adaptability, and teamwork allowed them to survive in places where others failed. She knew that whatever lay ahead, her crew could handle it. Suddenly, one of the alien drones approached very close to the bridge view window. Its form shimmered, almost transparent, and a pattern of lights danced across its surface. The crew froze. It was observing them, not aggressively, but curiously. Rena stepped forward. We show respect. We do not fear. We only seek knowledge. Perhaps this is the first true contact with the Forbidden Zone itself. The drone hovered, then pulsed a light that matched the rhythm of human heartbeats. The crew felt a strange calm, as if the zone was acknowledging them. For the first time, they understood that humans were not just visitors. Humans were participants. Humans could survive, adapt, and even communicate in ways that other species could not. The Endeavour moved carefully, deeper into the zone. The crew knew they were making history. Alien civilizations might doubt their existence, but humans knew the truth. Humans existed. Humans were extraordinary. Humans could face the impossible and leave their mark on the galaxy. The stars around them seemed to shine brighter, as if the universe itself was watching a human ship in the Forbidden Zone, unsure what to make of it, but aware that something remarkable was happening. Captain Rena stood on the bridge of the Endeavour, staring at the glowing ruins that stretched before the ship. The structures seemed alive, pulsing with energy that flowed like a river of light. Every symbol carved into the walls shimmered faintly, as if trying to communicate. The crew gathered around, mesmerized and cautious. These structures, they are enormous, said Navigator Tillo. And they are older than any civilization we know. I have never seen anything like this. Sarah studied the readings carefully. The energy here is intelligent. It reacts to our presence. It's like the zone itself is alive. And these symbols, they resemble DNA sequences, patterns similar to life itself. Rena nodded thoughtfully. Then humans may not just be visitors. We may have a connection to this place. We must be careful and respectful. We are explorers, not conquerors. The crew prepared to send a small drone to explore the ruins. The device moved slowly, hovering above the structures and scanning every detail. On the display, intricate shapes appeared. Towers rose high into the sky, walls curved with impossible geometry, and symbols glowed in colors humans had no names for. It is beautiful, said Engineer Laura. I have never seen anything so alive. The energy reacts to the drone's movement, almost like it is observing us. Rena's eyes narrowed with curiosity. Then we will approach carefully. Keep the ship in position, and no one touch the ruins directly. We do not know what could happen. As the Endeavour moved closer, the air seemed to hum with energy. The crew could feel it in their bones, a gentle vibration that pulsed in time with their hearts. The zone was not empty. It was aware, and it was watching humans in a way that no other species had experienced. Suddenly, the symbols on the walls shifted, forming patterns that were almost familiar. Sarah gasped. Captain, these symbols, they resemble human DNA. Our genetic sequences appear here. This place knows humans. Rena's heart raced. It cannot be coincidence. Humans may have origins tied to this region of the galaxy. Perhaps our ancestors interacted with the civilizations that built this place. The crew felt a mix of awe and disbelief. They realized that humans were more than just ordinary explorers. They were part of a story that had been written long before anyone remembered. Humans had survived, adapted, and evolved. Now, they were standing at the center of something extraordinary. As the drone moved further into the ruins, it activated a faint light along the walls. Symbols glowed brighter, forming images that seemed to tell a story. Ancient civilizations, long gone, had left messages here. They spoke of life, of energy, and of beings that could survive where others could not. "It is a record of the galaxy," said Sarah, her voice filled with wonder. "These walls contain memories of civilizations that no longer exist. And humans, we are part of that story. The zone recognizes us." Rena felt a surge of pride. Humans had always been underestimated. Aliens doubted their abilities, their courage, and their resilience. But here, in the heart of the Forbidden Zone, humans proved they belonged. Humans could face the unknown and not just survive, they could understand it. Engineer Laura pointed to a pattern on the walls. "Look at this. The energy flows differently around humans than it does around anything else. The zone responds to us. It trusts us in a way it has never trusted others." Rena smiled. "Then we must honor that trust. Humans do not exploit. Humans observe, learn, and protect. That is who we are." The crew continued exploring, documenting every detail. They discovered halls filled with crystal-like structures that stored energy. Some of the walls displayed moving images, showing ancient life forms and cities long vanished. Humans could see patterns of thought, memory, and knowledge preserved for millennia. "It is more than a record," said Sarah. "It is a library of life itself. And humans are part of it. We are not just visitors. We are participants in the galaxy's history." Rena nodded, her mind racing with possibilities. "Then we will continue our exploration carefully. We will learn, and we will return with knowledge that will change the galaxy's view of humanity. Humans are capable of extraordinary things, and this is proof." As the Endeavour moved deeper into the ruins, the crew felt a connection with the zone. The energy pulsed in time with their hearts, as if acknowledging their presence. The Forbidden Zone was no longer just a dangerous region. It was a place of discovery, of understanding, and of recognition. Humans had arrived, and the galaxy would never see them the same way again. Outside the ship, the stars shimmered with unusual colors. Alien civilizations far away began to notice strange readings from the zone, sensing that something was happening that they could not explain. Humans were inside the Forbidden Zone, and they were thriving. Rena stood at the bridge, looking at the glowing ruins. "This is only the beginning," she said softly. "Humans will survive. Humans will learn. Humans will leave their mark on the galaxy." The Endeavour glided further into the heart of the Forbidden Zone, carrying humans who were bold, clever, and resilient. The galaxy might doubt their existence, but here, humans were undeniable. Humans were extraordinary. Captain Rena paced the bridge of the Endeavour, her eyes scanning the glowing displays. The Forbidden Zone pulsed with energy all around them, and the crew could feel the vibrations through the ship. The walls of ancient ruins extended endlessly into the distance, glowing with patterns that shifted as the humans moved closer. "This place is incredible," said Navigator Tillo. "But I feel like it is watching us more closely than before. The energy is stronger here. Almost, testing us." Rena nodded. "Humans have faced challenges before, Tillo. This is just another test. We adapt, we survive, and we learn. That is who we are." The ship had been gliding through the ruins when the first warning appeared. Sensors detected a massive energy storm forming directly ahead. The storm was unlike anything humans had experienced. It moved with intention, swirling with deadly power, and it seemed to respond to the ship's movements. "Captain, we need to change course," said Engineer Laura. "This storm could tear the ship apart." Our shields can hold for only a short time. Rena's jaw tightened. We do not run from a challenge. Humans face danger head-on. Prepare all systems. We will navigate through the storm. Everyone, stay focused. Trust in the ship. Trust in each other. The crew moved quickly, following Rena's commands. Sarah adjusted the sensors, Laura reinforced the shields, and Tilo charted a path through the swirling energy. Every system on the ship worked together in harmony, a human orchestra of skill and ingenuity. As the Endeavour entered the storm, lightning-like energy arcs danced across the hull. The ship rocked violently, and alarms sounded. Crew members gripped their stations, yet their determination never wavered. Humans had faced danger before and had always found a way to survive. Steady, Rena said calmly. Focus on the readings. The storm is testing us. Show it what humans can do. The energy pulsed around the ship, and strange signals passed through the hull. The storm seemed to challenge the humans, sending sudden waves of force that could have damaged any lesser species. But humans were not lesser. Humans were clever, adaptable, and brave. Laura worked quickly to adjust the shields. Captain, the storm is interacting with our systems in strange ways. It is almost like it wants us to find a solution. Humans can do that better than anyone else. Rena smiled faintly. Then we find the solution. Humans never give up. Humans never surrender. The crew coordinated perfectly. They adjusted the shields, redirected power to engines, and calculated the safest path through the storm. Each decision was made with skill and teamwork. Every human on the Endeavour played a part, proving that cooperation was one of humanity's greatest strengths. After 10 minutes, the ship began to stabilize. The storm shifted as if acknowledging their efforts. The energy that had threatened to destroy them now seemed to guide them, opening a clear path through the ruins. The crew breathed a collective sigh of relief, but their faces were filled with pride rather than fear. Sorrow looked at the readings. Captain, the storm has stopped reacting aggressively. It is calm. It seems to respect our presence. The zone has accepted us, at least for now. Rena nodded. Humans earned that respect. We did not fight blindly. We used our minds, our skills, and our courage. That is what makes us human. Far away, alien observers watched in disbelief. Drones and telescopes could barely follow the Endeavour's progress. The humans had survived where no other species could. Some aliens began to question everything they knew. Were humans ordinary, or were they extraordinary? How could a species so young and small survive challenges that giants of the galaxy could not? Inside the ship, the crew celebrated quietly. They knew this was not the end. The Forbidden Zone held more mysteries, more challenges, and more discoveries. But they also knew that humans were capable of overcoming anything. They were clever, courageous, and determined. They were extraordinary. Rena turned to her crew. This storm was a test. We passed. But remember, we are here to explore, not to conquer. We show respect, we learn, and we survive. That is the way of humans. The Endeavour moved forward, deeper into the Forbidden Zone. The energy of the ruins seemed to follow them, pulsing with curiosity and recognition. The zone had tested humans and found them worthy. Humans had proven they were not just survivors, they were pioneers, explorers, and problem solvers. As the ship glided through the calm after the storm, the crew felt a new connection to the zone. They had faced danger and thrived. The ancient energy that had once seemed threatening now seemed almost friendly. Humans were learning the ways of the zone, and the zone was learning the ways of humans. Captain Rena looked at the glowing walls outside. This is only the beginning. Humans will continue. Humans will learn. Humans will leave their mark here, where no one else has dared to go. The stars shone brightly beyond the ruins, reflecting in the eyes of the human crew. The galaxy might still doubt humans, but here, in the heart of the Forbidden Zone, humans had proven themselves. Humans were extraordinary. The human ship Endeavour floated quietly above the glowing ruins, the remnants of the energy storm still pulsing faintly in the surrounding space. Captain Rena stood on the bridge, watching the shimmering lights of the Forbidden Zone as they reflected in the eyes of her crew. Each human felt the weight of discovery pressing gently on their hearts. They were alone, yet they were no longer unseen. Suddenly, the ship's sensors detected a new presence. Small, sleek vessels emerged from the shadows of the ruins. They moved with precision, circling the Endeavour carefully. The humans had never seen anything like them. The vessel's surfaces shimmered with a metallic light that seemed almost alive. Their movements were purposeful but non-threatening. "Captain," said Sara, "these ships are intelligent. They are observing us, but I do not detect weapons. They are cautious, but not hostile. I think they want to communicate." Rena nodded, a calm determination in her eyes. "Open a transmission. Let them know we come in peace. Humans have always sought knowledge first, not conflict. Show them who we are." The crew worked quickly, sending a signal that combined light, sound, and energy patterns, mimicking the strange communications they had received from the zone itself. The small vessels responded almost immediately. Beams of colored light danced between the ships, creating a pattern that the human sensors could partially decode. Sara analyzed the patterns carefully. It is a form of language. Not words, not sound, but emotion and thought expressed through energy. They are curious about us. They want to understand humans. Rena smiled faintly. Then we respond the way humans always do, with respect, honesty, and courage. The small alien ships hovered closer. Each seemed to study the humans as much as the humans studied them. Rena felt a sense of calm. Humans had faced impossible odds before, and they had always adapted. Now, they were being tested again, not by storms or ruins, but by intelligent life. "Crew," she said, "humans have survived everything the galaxy has thrown at us. We will meet this challenge too. Show them our ingenuity, our courage, and our respect. That is what makes us human." The first contact began in earnest. The alien vessels emitted pulses that conveyed ideas of peace, curiosity, and intelligence. The humans responded with their own patterns, demonstrating problem-solving and cooperation. Slowly, the aliens seemed to relax. Their pulses became steady, acknowledging the human skill and intentions. Sara watched in awe. They are impressed. Our responses show creativity, teamwork, and courage. They have never seen this combination before. Rena nodded. Humans are extraordinary. Not because of strength or size, but because of the mind, the heart, and the will to survive. That is what they are witnessing. One of the alien vessels moved closer, projecting a holographic form that resembled a being of light and energy. It communicated more directly now, conveying ideas that the human crew could understand. The zone itself seemed to guide this contact, helping bridge the gap between species. Rena stepped forward. "We honor your intelligence and your history. Humans come with respect and a desire to learn. We mean no harm. We seek understanding." The alien form responded with a pulse of approval, an acknowledgement of their words and intentions. The crew felt a warmth in their hearts, a connection that transcended species and language. Humans and aliens were communicating in a way that neither had experienced before. Engineer Laura pointed to the ship's sensors. "Captain, the zone is reacting differently now. Its energy flows around us like a shield, almost protective. It is recognizing humans as part of its story." Rena's smile widened. "We are part of this place now. Humans have survived, adapted, and shown respect. The Forbidden Zone and its inhabitants see us for what we are: explorers, learners, and pioneers." The alien ships remained near the Endeavour, observing and learning. They began to share small pieces of knowledge about the zone, ancient techniques for navigating its energy fields, and information about civilizations that had come before. The humans absorbed everything carefully, their minds racing with possibilities. "This knowledge will change the galaxy," said Sara quietly. "Humans are not just visitors. We are part of the history of this place, and now we carry its knowledge forward." Rena nodded. "And we will honor it. Humans survive not to conquer, but to understand. We respect life, and we respect intelligence. That is why we endure." The first contact was complete, but the adventure was only beginning. Humans had proven themselves capable of extraordinary things once again. They had faced storms, navigated ruins, and now communicated with beings beyond their understanding. The galaxy might have doubted their existence, but here, in the heart of the Forbidden Zone, humans had earned recognition. As the Endeavour moved carefully through the ruins, the crew felt a deep sense of pride. Humans were clever, courageous, and adaptable. Humans survived where others could not. Humans were extraordinary. Captain Rena looked out at the glowing ruins and the hovering alien ships. "This is only the beginning. Humans will continue to explore, to learn, and to leave their mark on the galaxy. And the galaxy will never forget that humans are here." The stars shimmered around them, brighter than ever before. The zone, the aliens, and the human crew all shared a moment of understanding. Humans had faced the unknown and had been acknowledged not just as survivors, but as beings of ingenuity and courage. The Endeavour glided silently through the heart of the Forbidden Zone. Captain Rena stood on the bridge, her hands resting lightly on the control panel, eyes fixed on the glowing ruins ahead. The alien vessels remained nearby, their pulsing lights reflecting off the ship's hull. Humans had proven themselves capable of surviving the zone's tests, and now, they were about to uncover its greatest secret. "Sensors are detecting a large energy structure up ahead," said Sara. "It is unlike anything we have scanned before. The readings are enormous. It appears alive and intelligent beyond measure." Rena nodded. "Prepare a close approach. We need to understand what this is. Humans have never backed away from discovery. This may be the greatest knowledge the galaxy has ever known." The crew watched in awe as the structure came into view. It was massive, towering over the ruins like a living monument. Its surface shimmered with flowing energy, forming patterns that shifted constantly. The air seemed to vibrate with a gentle hum that resonated in every human heart. "It feels ancient," whispered Navigator Tillo. "Older than any civilization recorded in the galaxy. Yet it reacts to us, as if it knows we are here." Sara's eyes widened. "The energy patterns are responding specifically to human DNA. It recognizes us. Captain, I think this is a record of life itself. The zone is not just a place, it is a living archive. And humans are part of it." Rena's heart raced. "Explain, Sara." "The zone stores memories, knowledge, and histories of civilizations long gone. And humans are ancestors, or perhaps humans themselves interacted with this place before. The energy here responds to our presence because humans are connected to it in ways no other species is." Engineer Laura stepped forward. "Captain, the structures around us are activating. They are opening pathways and channels that were dormant. It is as if the zone is inviting humans deeper into its history." Rena turned to her crew. "Humans have survived every test. We have proven our courage, intelligence, and cooperation. Now we are being shown something incredible. Humans belong here. This is our chance to learn, and to carry this knowledge forward." The Endeavour moved carefully toward the central energy structure. As it approached, holographic images began to form around the ship. Scenes of ancient civilizations flashed before the crew's eyes, cities made of energy, beings of light and matter working together, and patterns that seemed to flow like rivers of thought. Humans could see connections between species, histories of planets long destroyed, and technologies that had vanished from the galaxy. "This is unbelievable," said Sara softly. "The zone contains the legacy of the entire galaxy. And humans are recognized within it. Our presence activates knowledge that no one else can access." Rena felt a surge of pride. Humans had always been underestimated by alien civilizations. Their bravery, adaptability, and intelligence were often doubted. Yet here, in the heart of the Forbidden Zone, humans were acknowledged as more than explorers. They were part of the galaxy's story. The alien vessels hovered close, observing the humans as they moved through the energy pathways. Their pulsing lights seemed to express respect and wonder. The zone itself communicated through them, sharing information and recognizing the humans' achievements. Sara studied the flowing energy. "Captain, it appears that humans may have influenced the development of civilizations in this region long ago. Perhaps humans were seeds of change, guiding life in ways that were subtle but profound. This explains why the zone responds to us differently than any other species." Rena's eyes gleamed. Humans have always survived, adapted, and grown stronger in the face of challenges. Perhaps that is why the zone values us. We do not conquer blindly. We learn, we understand, and we protect knowledge. Engineer Laura added, "The structures are now opening access to archives of knowledge that have been dormant for millennia. Humans can now learn from civilizations that have long vanished. We are standing at the center of the galaxy's memory." Rena turned to her crew with determination. "This is a moment that will define humanity's place in the galaxy. We must document everything, learn carefully, and respect this knowledge. Humans have proven they can survive. Now we will prove they can understand the past and shape the future." The Endeavour moved deeper into the zone, its crew absorbing the vast knowledge of ancient civilizations. They discovered the origins of alien species, the rise and fall of empires, and the wisdom of life forms that had long disappeared. Humans were learning faster than anyone could have imagined. Outside the ship, the stars seemed to shine brighter. The zone itself pulsed with energy, acknowledging the humans' presence. Captain Rena felt a profound connection between her people and the galaxy. Humans were no longer just explorers. They were keepers of knowledge, participants in the history of life itself. "This is only the beginning," said Rena softly. "Humans will survive. Humans will learn. Humans will shape the galaxy's future. And the galaxy will finally understand what humans are capable of." The Endeavour glided further, carrying humans who were clever, brave, and extraordinary. The Forbidden Zone had revealed its deepest secret, and humans were part of it. Humanity's place in the galaxy was no longer in question. Humans existed, humans mattered, and humans were extraordinary. The Endeavour drifted slowly away from the heart of the Forbidden Zone. Captain Rena stood on the bridge, watching the glowing ruins fade behind them. The energy of the zone pulsed gently, as if saying farewell. The alien vessels that had accompanied them hovered for a moment, then began to return to the shadows. Humans had proven themselves, and now it was time to carry their knowledge into the wider galaxy. "Captain," said Sara, her eyes wide with amazement, "the data we have gathered, it is more than we could have imagined. This knowledge could change everything the galaxy knows about life, history, and intelligence. Humans are connected to civilizations that no one thought we could reach." Rena nodded. "We survived the zone, Sara. We learned its secrets, and we did so with courage, intelligence, and respect. Humanity has always faced challenges, and this was the greatest one yet. Now it is time to share what we have discovered." Navigator Tillo spoke next. "Captain, sensors are detecting other alien ships in nearby systems. They must have noticed the human presence. Our success will not remain a secret for long." Rena smiled. "Then let them see. Let them see that humans are capable of extraordinary things. Humans survive where others fail. Humans learn when others give up. Humans adapt when others retreat. That is the truth the galaxy must understand." As the Endeavour moved through the zone's outer edge, the crew reviewed their findings. Ancient civilizations' knowledge, energy-based technologies, histories of lost species, and the recognition of humanity itself were all stored in their records. The human mind had absorbed and understood information that had been lost to the galaxy for millennia. Engineer Laura looked at the readouts and shook her head in wonder. The zone has changed our ship. Our systems are stronger, more efficient. It is as if the energy recognized humans and enhanced our abilities. We are more capable than we were before entering this place. Rena turned to her crew with pride. This is what humans do. We survive, we adapt, and we grow stronger. We respect life, knowledge, and the unknown. That is why we belong in the galaxy, and why we are extraordinary. Far away, alien civilizations began to receive reports from their scouts and sensors. The humans had entered the Forbidden Zone and survived. Many could not believe it at first. Some claimed it was a myth, others said it must be a trick. But as more evidence arrived, the truth became undeniable. Humans had not only survived, they had thrived. They had proven intelligence, courage, and adaptability beyond any other species' expectations. The Zanari Council, which had doubted humanity's existence, convened in urgent session. Elder Korth spoke first. We witnessed humans in the Forbidden Zone. They survived storms, interacted with ancient intelligent energy, and communicated with alien life in ways we cannot match. Humans are remarkable. Elder Vera added, not only remarkable, but part of the galaxy's history. The zone itself recognizes humans. We must reconsider everything we thought we knew. Humans are extraordinary. Back aboard the Endeavour, the crew watched the stars pass by as they left the Forbidden Zone. Each member felt a sense of accomplishment and pride. They had faced the unknown, overcome danger, and made contact with beings beyond comprehension. They were not just explorers, they were pioneers, and their actions would be remembered throughout the galaxy. Sorrow looked at Rena. Captain, this mission will redefine humanity in the eyes of the galaxy. Other civilizations will no longer doubt us. They will see humans as capable, intelligent, and worthy of respect. Rena nodded. That is true, Sarah. But we must remember, respect is earned through action. Humans have proven themselves, but we must continue to honor knowledge, life, and the universe itself. We survive not to conquer, but to understand. That is our greatest strength. The Endeavour moved steadily toward the human-controlled star lanes, carrying with it the stories, knowledge, and discoveries of the Forbidden Zone. Word would spread quickly. Humans had faced the unimaginable and had succeeded where others failed. The galaxy could no longer deny the existence or the value of humanity. Captain Rena placed her hand on the control panel and looked at her crew. Humans will continue to explore. Humans will continue to learn. Humans will continue to grow stronger. The galaxy has witnessed what we can do, and now it knows. Humanity is extraordinary. The alien ships that had observed them vanished into the shadows, leaving a silent acknowledgement of respect. The zone itself pulsed one final time, a message of recognition and approval for the humans who had entered, learned, and left unharmed. As the Endeavour sailed onward, the crew knew this was not the end of their journey. It was only the beginning of humanity's rise in the galaxy. Humans had proven their courage, their intelligence, and their resilience. They had survived the impossible and emerged stronger. The stars shone brightly, reflecting the hope and potential of humans. Captain Rena stood tall, proud of her crew, proud of her species. Humans had arrived. Humans existed. Humans were extraordinary. And the galaxy would never forget it.